So we've, had a little change in direction. You understand? I'm trying to look a little educated. Cause you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a little bit more views or something. You know what I mean? Like I want to look better. I bought some real cheap glasses, you know what I'm saying? And took the lenses out of it and everything. I got this raggedy thing covering my head, cause y'all always complaining about my dreads. I'm trying to look a little educated, trying to beef up the shit a little bit. Yo, y'all got me bugging in here. But for real, man, let's get to the topic at hand. Seriously. Yo, I was in the store, right? And I seen this kid and his father, right? And the kid had like a Harry Potter hat on, right? And kid had a Harry Potter hat on, right? So the father is like, like they cosplaying, you know what I'm saying? When the father is talking to the child like as if he's Harry Potter and the child is white kid, and saying, yeah, and I'm gonna cast spells or whatever, and blah, 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 right? So I'm sitting and I'm saying to myself, yo, very rarely do I pay attention to little white boys, you understand? Because it's normal. It's a normal thing for me to see, even if it's not Halloween, for me to see an Iron Man suit on, a fireman suit, a Superman suit with a cape, and all of that. That's normal. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? But today it just dawned on me, like I zoned out while looking at that situation, as far as dealing with the kid with the Harry Potter hat on. And I said to myself, the reason why blacks are unsuccessful, the reason why blacks are never be able to get ahead or at least keep up is because our imagination, we've lost that at a real early age. And partly because of the fact that we had to grow up quick, real quick. I mean, first and foremost, through peer pressure. I mean, as being a black young boy and a black young girl, you're always pressured by your peers to do adult things, which is, it may be drugs, it may be being promiscuous, having sex. You see what I'm saying? It's like being an adult when you're young is cool. But it's not until you become an adult to see that it's not cool and that you really had it made when you were younger. Because you didn't have to pay any bills. And now that you're an adult, you have to pay. You have to be responsible for yourself. Whereas when you were younger, you didn't have to be responsible for nothing. I mean, good grades in school, that's it. Your parents took care of the rest. But we lost our imagination at a real early age, while the young white kids didn't. It was very cool for them to be, Hulk or be a firefighter or a policeman. It was very cool for them to be themselves, to be the corny, geeky, weird children that they are. And they grew up to be the same type of weird, quirky people, but now they're professional. You see, true indeed. A kid, average white kid or black kid, can never be Superman, right? But that white kid can grow up and have that same type of mentality and become CEO of a major corporation. And that'll be their version of Superman in the real world as an older person. But we don't do that to our kids. We don't inspire them to dream and have an imagination. What we do is we tell them, look, you got to get a job, you got to pay your bills, you got to do this, you got to do that. That's our reality. And this is the reason why we're losing. Because white people, and it's no offense, this is not racist at all. White people are living out their dreams, hopes, and aspirations. They have taken their lives above and beyond limitations. I mean, you see white men go skiing down the devil slopes. You know what I'm saying? Like a mountain that's impossible to ski. Like, they're telling you, you will die if you attempt this. And they're still trying to do it. They're jumping out of planes, skydiving. They're putting their head in a lion's mouth. They're going above and beyond. While black people are playing it safe. While black people, their reality or our reality is go out there, work for the man, get a job, and that's that. Pay your bills. That plain and simple. And in the black community, dreams don't always come true. And if they do, our community dampens that. That people that dream, people that cosplay, people that read comic books or read comic books such as myself, that look at Japanimation such as myself, that almost had a heart attack when I heard that King Kong versus Godzilla came out, such as myself. And we're shut upon. But having an imagination, dreaming, and being who and what you are is the most beautiful thing on the planet. See, y'all are looking the wrong way. You're seeking for approval from the white man. Man, he's never gonna approve of you in that way, if that's what you're looking for. You thinking that you're gonna get approval from him through his money that he created, which is 75% cotton, 25% linen with a white man stamped on it. No. The only way you're gonna get any approval or respect, rather, that's what you should be saying, is being yourself. And I suffered from that. I suffered with low self-esteem. I didn't have no pride. I didn't see no value in myself from the age of conception all the way up to the year of conception, all the way up to my late 20s. And there was an aura around me. And I know some of you all may say, well, I don't see no auras or whatever. But guess what? You can feel it. And there was a feeling that you got when I was around a person, when I had low self-esteem, where people didn't want to be around me. It's because people in the black community were telling me I wasn't nothing. I wasn't gonna amount to nothing. Look at your nose. Look how short you are. Picking on me. Telling me how much of a piece of shit I am. It wasn't until I dug very deep inside of me and saw just how talented I was and how I am. And that I don't need people that's gonna tell me something negative. And that I'm going to definitely prove people wrong. Now, I don't owe anybody anything. I'm just telling you by my actions. I'm not gonna like specifically say I'm gonna prove you wrong, Nancy. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying by my actions, meaning that I'm gonna go out there and be productive and be the best person that I can be. This is how you win in life. This is how you win in life. I see white people right now, white young men on YouTube, and their careers are pranks. And they make millions upon millions of dollars out of it. If they were raised in a black community, they would never do that, because guess what? The black community would say, you can never make no money off no pranks. There's no way possible. No way. Just think about it. Just think if George Lucas was black in the black community, and George Lucas would tell another black person, yo, I'm gonna create this movie. It's gonna be Star Wars. It's gonna be several series, Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. And then years later, they're gonna revamp it and blah, 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 blah. Think about that. Just think about that. It's a shame to say, but it's the truth. That in the black community, you can't have an imagination. You can't dream. You see, my children, right? I allow them to be who and what they are. And I don't see them in me. Excuse me, let me turn it around. I don't see me in them. And I'm glad I don't. I'm glad that they've taken on their own personality. And that I am of the last dying breed. I'm glad that ghetto shit was filtered out of them. See, they don't live the type of lifestyle that I used to live when I was younger. So of course they're not gonna be me. They wake up to organic coconut milk and Kamut puffs. Their lunch is baked zucchini with carrots, red onions, mushrooms, with a little bit of Himalayan pink salt and a dash of olive oil with quinoa. Their dinner is meatless spaghetti with homemade spelt flour biscuits or dinner biscuits. They don't know anything about Red Hot Links, sizzling, oodles and noodles, 18-pack, drumstick legs, chicken, Tyson chicken. They don't know anything about that. Fruity Pebbles. They don't know anything about that. And I don't want them to know. I want them to grow up. And I want them to be all that they can be. All that they want to be. I'm not going to pressure them to be someone or something that I want them to be. No, that's not my life, that's theirs. And this is the problem in the black community. As of recently, things have somewhat slightly changed. And I give it up to the type of parents that we are, because the type of parents that we are, it's a negative and positive to it, right? And we're starting to feel the effects. Like the positive side is we wanted to provide something for our children that we never had, right? The negative side is our children have become privileged now. Whereas they feel as though if they can't get their way, they start having temper tantrums and shit. But for the most part, the vast majority of the black community, we kill those dreams out. We kill that imagination out quickly, instantly. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. That is the slogan that we live by. So guess what? When I was throwing out those YouTube videos back to back, and this channel's not monetized, but my new one isn't. And both channel I wasn't receiving any type of money and taking heat. I ain't getting no money like that right now as we speak. I'm just getting a little something, right? When I was kicking them out, people were like, yo, you know, you do YouTube? Yeah, da-da-da-da. Oh, how much money do you make? You know what I'm saying? They looked at it as it being a hobby. And then when I started making money, then they looked at it as, oh yeah, you a YouTuber, that's your profession. Other than that, prior to me not making any money, or rather prior to me getting the approval from the white man, because listen, the dollar bill is another way of validation. That you have been validated, meaning that you are part of society now. Other than that, prior to that, when I was just making videos and I was just doing it for the love of the strength, and I'm still doing it now, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, when it was just strictly that and wasn't no money involved, oh, it's just a hobby. That's it. So no one takes your imagination, your dreams, hopes, and aspirations seriously in the black community until you start making money off of it. Then it's like, oh, well, you know, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, but where were you when it was time for me to talk to someone to help me out, to inspire me, to motivate me? Where were you at then? And it makes no sense to me. Let me tell you something. Beyonce said this, right? One of her songs. 100% wrong. She said, she asked the question and she answered her own question, right? She said, who runs the world? Girls. No, they don't. Girls, or rather women, in specific black women, African-American women, work for the ones that run the world. And the ones that run the world are nerds. Yes, you remember the ones you used to pick on back in the days? You remember you used to joke on them all the time when they were reading their comic books and they was looking at Japanimation, and they will come in the school and wear a Batman or a Superman shirt or whatever have you. That looked nerdy, had the bottle-shaped glasses on. Those are the ones that's running the world now. And those MVP, those people that the MVP basketball player, football player, the people that were I say famous, or not so much famous, but you know what I'm saying, in high school, popular in high school, they nobodies now. And if they somebody, they working for the nerd. Nerds, plural. So I would tell you all to dream. I would tell you to have an imagination that's going to fulfill your every desire and need. Because having that gives you hope. It gives you this spirit, this self-esteem that you need to have in life. Other than that, you listen to the black community and you do exactly what they say. Guess what? You ain't gonna be nothing but another slave. You talking about, yo, if I was back in slavery, I wouldn't be picking cotton, but you are now. You are now. Yo, let me tell you something. If I don't live out my dreams, it's like slavery to me. I can't see how someone works I just caught an epiphany. If you don't live out your dreams, hear me. I don't care if y'all take this. Y'all can take this one, right? Y'all can take this. And if I hear somebody else say it, I don't care. Just make sure you take it and you spread it. If you don't live out your dreams, you'll be working for someone else's. I'm going to say it again. If you don't live out your dreams, you'll be working for someone else's. For those that work for Amazon, you're working for someone else's dream. For those that work for Apple, you are working for someone else's dream. You're expanding their dream. You're taking their dream possibly to a place of unknown. Like they might have thought of it and said, like Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. He might have said, well, I just wanted to have a small platform. But these people that work for me have taken my dreams above and beyond, more than I can imagine. Get it? More than I can imagine. So they saw a vision in my business, in Facebook, that I didn't even see. And that's what the world is about. Living out your dreams. And the reward, how you compensate it in this capitalistic society, in America, is the money. That comes last, though. First, focus on your dreams. Keep that imagination, because dreams and imagination, it works one and the same. They do. If anything, they are the same. To be real with you,